Hello and welcome to Blue Table Talk, brought to you by Standard Bank Business and Commercial Banking. My name is Carol Tshabalala and I'll be your host as we celebrate and acknowledge the amazing and powerful women in our lives and in our business as we look forward to Women's Day. Now, the theme for this year's Blue Table Talk is women who rise above the noise to drive excellence and the men who support them. And we have a spectacular event that is lined up today. Today is all about celebrating women during Women's Month. You know, as women, we wear many hats. We are mothers, we are wives, students, athletes, employees. So today, we're going to be tackling all of the issues that impact women in the workplace, in their communities, and how we can each support each other to rise above the noise. Well, in our panels, we have 2024 BCB Mark of Excellence winners that are here with us. We have CSI activists with us, and we have male leaders from within the business and commercial banking team that are intentional about empowering and uplifting women and helping them all to rise above the noise. Now, all of our panelists are going to take us on an inspirational journey of their strengths, their challenges, and their triumphs. Well, to set the scene, who better to open the discussion about the issues that impact women in the workplace than our business and commercial banking chief executive, Bill Blacky.
Good day, colleagues. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the annual Blue Table Talk, a cornerstone of the Standard Bank Top Women Initiatives for Women's Month. Standard Bank's association with the Top Women Conference and the awards now spans over a decade. Over this time, we've witnessed this initiative blossom into a trusted network of gender-empowered organizations and entrepreneurs. This network is dedicated to diversity and inclusion, driven by our BCB purpose to turn possibility into opportunity for the businesses that power Africa's vibrant economy. This initiative is not just about recognition, it's about celebrating the remarkable achievements of our female colleagues and entrepreneurs who excel in their roles and uplift their communities. In that spirit, this year we celebrate some of our BCB Female 2024 Mark of Excellence winners, together with previous Standard Bank Top Women Awards winners and 2 community builders. As the late Desmond Tutu has been quoted as saying, "If we want to see real development in the world, the best investment we can make is in women." As we look ahead, it's clear that the active involvement of men as allies is crucial to breaking down the barriers that have long impeded gender equality. Supporting and amplifying women's voices and creating inclusive spaces, free from gender biases, are an essential step. To the men of Standard Bank, I urge you to embrace your role as the collective effort against gender inequality. Commit to being an ally, support your colleagues, challenge biases, and advocate for equality in the workplace and community. Together we can create a more inclusive and equitable future.
Well, as Bill has already mentioned, we're doing a different take on what's traditionally a women's event. So today, I'm joined by an amazing group of women and a man. With me here in studio are Dangisani Mate, a digital marketer and BCB SA 2024 Bank Mark of Excellence winner. We've got Tashrika Dickinson, a subject matter expert within the International Payments Team and another 2024 BCB Mark of Excellence winner. Ntavi Kometi, 2023 finalist of our prestigious Top Woman Conference, who's currently the Talent Management Director for PepsiCo. Tiffany Miguel is a community activist and founder of the Amore Foundation. It's an NGO doing amazing things in the community and supporting other NGOs. And we're also joined by Shane Naika, who is part of the leadership team in business and commercial banking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all of you. So good to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dangisani, I want to start off with you. Firstly, congratulations on winning the MOE Awards. Now, you're a digital marketing and e-commerce professional. You're one of the MOE winners and you're going on a trip to Brazil. Can you tell us about what it is that you did to be recognized for excellence?
Thank you so much, Carol. So there's a lot that contributed to the success. So first and foremost was driving consistent results. So I'm someone who's passionate about meeting my KPIs, ensuring that customers start the journeys and they're able to acquire the products that they want within the BCB space. And I think second to that was collaboration. Collaborating with the cross-functional teams, ensuring that we all work together, as well as driving innovation in terms of the strategies that we put out there, because the market is quite fragmented, so we had to find innovative ways to penetrate into the market. The BCP space is quite complicated, so you need to speak to the business owner like you mean it, right? So we had to find different ways to ensure that our customers stay engaged, they are able to acquire the products that we're putting out there in the market. And I think another thing that led to the success is constantly learning. So obviously you have to rise and fall, you learn, you keep learning. So I employed that in my career as well as in the work that I do. Wow. So constantly checking the results of our campaigns, if they didn't perform, trying to find out why they're not performing, as well as just optimizing here and there. So I think that's what contributed to the success.
Oh, wow. Tashrika, congratulations to you as well, winning the 2024 MOE Award. Tell us a little bit more about this. What is it that you did differently that made you a contender for the MOE Award, and what did it mean to you to win?
Carol, to be honest, last year I faced very differently, right? So I am also quite passionate about what I do, but I was also very intentional about what I wanted, right? And as going into 2023, I was clear about who I really am, and I brought that to work. So when we need to drive a common goal, people bought into it because it wasn't a tick box exercise. I fully believed in what I was doing and I was invested in what I was doing, which made it easier for people to support me with that. One very fundamental difference also is the type of leadership and environment that I had, right? I have a type of leader that where she can be quite supportive and even when it's time to have difficult conversations. But I walk away from her not feeling inadequate. She could keep me accountable, help me, coach me, without making me feel like less of a person. So it really kept me motivated.
Oh, wow.
What it meant for me, besides the free trip to Brazil, that I'm really looking forward to, it was a form of validation that said, what I'm doing, I'm on the right track. You know, not a lot of people have the opportunity to get rewarded with such a priceless experience. But more so it means, what's next? The Mark of Excellence is one of Standard Bank's most prestigious awards. And now that I've won it, it means, where does my goalpost move to for 2024?
Yeah. Well, Tiffany, I'm seeing you nodding your head, so you can most certainly relate to a lot of what Tashrika is actually talking about. Now, you're an entrepreneur, but you're also involved in CSI projects as the founder of the Amore Foundation. Tell us about the work that the foundation does and why it is that you do it.
So, Carol, when my father passed away, I felt what I would be lacking most was the love and the joy that he shared. And I then started the foundation named for him. His name is Amore. And that was my sole purpose, to spread joy and to spread love. So we do once-in-a-lifetime events, such as we take mobile ice rinks into townships. So children who would never get the experience of ice skating get to have that. We take magicians out into these areas. We have laser tag wars, you know, something that I want them one day when they're 6 years old to sit and say, I was once at an Amore Foundation event, just to spread love and spread joy. And then I support 62 NGOs with their work as well. So they will text me and say, this is our current need, and I will raise funds and make it happen. Whereas it's planting community gardens, of which we've planted 872 last year alone. Whether it is getting dignity packs across, of which we distribute 150 each month, or whether it is educating the youth and upskilling them, which we do several different programs, from plumbers to electricians to my own company that upskills swimming instructors. We do all of this just to change the country and spread love and spread joy.
Oh, I love it. Spread Amore.
Spread Amore, yes.
Shane, so you're the odd man out today, but I'm sure you're feeling very excited to be here with us today.
I am, thank you.
As a leader in BCB, you're now also an honorary member of the BCB Blue Table Talk panel. Tell us about what inspires you most about the woman that you and your fellow panelists have encountered. And also maybe you can share with us what you see is your role as a man, and what's the role that you play in BCB and throughout Standard Bank to empower and uplift women.
Sure. Thanks, Carol. I think what truly inspires me about women that I've encountered through BCB or in BCB was really their incredible resilience and their ability to excel in multifaceted roles. When you look at them in terms of how they are, in terms of their personal spheres, how they sort of contribute towards their economy, the roles that they play in their personal lives. And trying to juggle all of this with so many responsibilities, I think it's really nothing short of truly being remarkable.
Oh yeah. I'm really sorry, I'm not going to let you have the last word today, okay? Let's hear from Ntabi Singh, your Standard Bank top women finalists. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and what is your message to other women to encourage them to be brave in having their voices heard in business?
Thanks, Carol. So a bit about myself. I think I play a number of different roles. I'm a mother, I am a daughter, a sister, but I have the honor of being the talent management director at PepsiCo. And I think the advice that I would share with women, and it's really advice that I take and medicine I take every day, is the first one is really around how do you ensure that absolutely every action you take sets you up for success, or rather moves you in the direction that you're wanting your life to take. And when you empower one woman, you empower a nation, you transform a nation. I think all of us around this table can think about the lives we're touching just by virtue of the roles that we hold. And so it's important as women, in order for us to tap into our courage and really be brave, remember that we're in a position to pay it forward and to transform the lives of so many people.
Oh yeah.
And of course, be kind while you do that.
Very important. So Tiffany, I want to come back to you, a director of 3 different companies. As a businesswoman, how do you manage to juggle all the responsibilities as a wife, a mother, an activist, and to do the amazing things that you do as well? Can you tell us about at least one foundation that you support? You told us about the wonderful work that you do as well. Tell us more.
Oh, thanks, Carol. So I find that integration is key. So a lot of people will say balance, but I can't do one thing at a time. I integrate my things and I do a lot at the same time. So my kids come with me to my charity initiatives. My husband works with me in my swimming school, and integrating my different points of view, like different parts of my life, actually is what helps me be able to do so many things at once. The one NGO that I support is called Mount Olive Outreach, right? And they do this amazing initiative. It's called Moketsi Stand Up for Girls. And the aim of that is to keep teen moms in school. Bar none, anything else, any obstacle, we keep them in school. So we affiliate them with grannies in the community. It's in a community called Lehigh, and there's another community called Tembelihle, right? So teen moms will come to us and say, look, I can't go to school because XYZ. If the XYZ is financial, we get them the finances. If it's babysitters, we link them up with grannies in the community that will babysit their kids, and then we sign them up for the child grants, and we use the child grants to pay the grannies for their time for watching the kids. We have champions, we call them champions. It's youth that have just matriculated that go to the schools and educate them on HIV prevention, but also on risky behavior prevention. So, and distributing condoms, speaking to them about the importance of being on birth control, abstinence, staying with one partner, all those talks that, sort of fall by the wayside when parents aren't so involved in a child's life. These champions also have officers stationed in every high school in the area, so that should a girl or boy have an emergency, they can go up to them. We do pregnancy tests for them, we give them their options, we make sure they go to the clinic as soon as possible so that we have healthy babies born. And then once the babies are out, as I said, any obstacle that there is, we will take care of it to make sure the girl stays in school.
That's beautiful. Wow. Shane, from a male point of view, what would you say is the most important challenge that's facing women in the workplace? And what do you think the male leaders, especially in the bank, can do to create that safe space for women to excel and to rise above the noise?
Sure. Thanks, Carol. I think one of the most significant sort of challenges that women face in the workplace today is really around navigating their bias and the sort of barriers that hinder their career progression. And that includes sort of cautious biasness as well. And it's really around, those unconscious biases that affect hiring and promoting sort of decisions within the workplace. How do we be conscious around our unconscious bias and being able to sort of combat that by ensuring that the processes that we use for hiring and promoting is fair, it's equitable, and it really creates a platform for sort of women in leadership to excel and to sort of achieve what they need to achieve without having the bias of looking at them any differently as a man would.
Oh yeah. Thanks, and would you agree with that? And if so, what challenges have you experienced, and did you experience the support that Shane is alluding to?
Yes, I definitely agree with what Shane has said. And from my own personal experience, I've had the privilege of working with supportive leaders where they didn't look at my gender first. They looked at what I bring to the table, my capabilities. So they supported me when I thought I couldn't do it, gave me the confidence, actually thrown me into the deep end where I never thought I would come out. But because of the support that they gave me and the recognition, I was able to rise above the noise.
Oh, wow. Tashrika, have you drawn inspiration from other women at work and in your community? And also, what are you doing to pass it on, to uplift other women around you?
Well, Carol, of course, we draw inspiration from all over. But just to add on to what Dangisani said about the male roles, a few years ago, I was part of an enablement team, and there was more males in the team than females, but we were also quite small, right? And you guys will not believe me that the males in that team fully supported me as a female. When I came back from maternity leave, I was guilt-ridden because you were a working mother that must leave your child. It was the males in the team that supported me through this. So it wasn't just about, you equal to us. It was that I understand and acknowledge the female part of you.
I did mention earlier on that as women, we wear so many different hats, and balancing that can really become a struggle. How do you ensure that good balance and also have that healthy state of mind to prevent yourself from being drowned in the noise of life?
Thanks, Carol. And I think it starts with the fact that it's less about mental health and more about mental well-being, which moves it from a place of trying to remedy a state to rather actually continuously being healthy, or continuously having practices in your life that ensure that you're in a good state. And what is important, it starts with ownership. So my mental well-being starts with me. I need to really make sure that I take stock of what my triggers are, what it is that I've been through that helps me, or rather impacts me, makes me to show up the way that I do. And then based on that, say, what are my strengths and my opportunity areas or my development areas? Having said that, sometimes I also need to be vulnerable, because there's certain things that I may not be able to help myself with, especially, as you said, we wear different hats. And you need to have a tribe of people that you can rely on. Owning it for myself, but also seeking help.
Oh, wow. Shane, are you surprised by some of what it is that you're hearing in the conversation today? Your thoughts?
Not surprised.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the accomplishment of the women sitting across the table and their sort of responsibilities that they've shared around their personal as well as their professional lives, I think the word is awe. When you start comparing responsibilities of conventional sort of men and women, and I was saying to the ladies the other day, it's difficult when you need to be able to show the difference between the two if you've always looked at them as equal, but acknowledging what they need to go through in order to show up the way they show up is something that I'm truly at awe with and completely respect. Yeah, so
Okay.
well done to that.
We love it. Wow. Wow. Anyone else want to add anything?
I think for me, especially with regards to the mental health piece, right, what's really important, I think what we may not always say out loud, it's scary to show up as yourself. You know, it's scary to say, Shane, I don't have the answer. But in doing so, you really stay true to yourself. You don't carry as much with you as you go along. And that then comes back to men being allies, right? When men support women and women support men in being exactly who you are. You don't have to be stronger, louder, softer, or more polished based on your gender. You are just who you are. It really makes the journey a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I think adding to what Tashrika said is that it's scary to show up as yourself, and you can only do that if you truly love yourself. So if everyone looks in the mirror and just convinces themselves, because I believe in literally being delusional about how amazing I am. I look in the mirror and I convince myself this is the most amazing woman out there. And I truly love myself, and so that enables me to do anything that I set my mind to. Because if Tiffany Miguel can't do it, who's going to do it? You know, and that's also part of why I did the pageant. You'll see I have the sash on for Director's Choice. And it was because I needed to get back to loving myself, and doing something like a pageant or doing something that's actually just something outside of your comfort zone. When you accomplish that goal, it makes you see that you really can do anything.
Ooh, we love that. Well, that's all we've got time for today on the Blue Table Talk, brought to you by Standard Bank Business and Commercial Banking. The content will be shared throughout Women's Month via Standard Bank's internal and external platforms. So please look out for that. And for news on the Top Woman Conference and Awards as well. From myself, Carol Tshabalala, thank you for joining us. Till next time, goodbye.